Yeah, Bang Bang Rail. 1973, 74. I got in a little bit of trouble in the scrubs, yeah, with some Sri Lankans. Wasn't so much trouble, it's what I'd done to them, but I've already told that little bit of a story, yeah. But, okay, I told you the one down the block, there's a little bit more to it, huh? When they took me down the block and they put me in a cell, it was just a nice cell, and because of what I'd done, yeah, they promised me to look after me. So they're coming down with food, like loads of food, sweets, Mars bars, all sorts of chocolates. Just looking after me because of what I'd done. I'd done them a favour, yeah, in a way, yeah. They're prison officers, but I still done it because the two people were bad paedophiles, yeah. Anyway, when I was down there, Gerald Hart, he was Mr. Guyana. He come into my cell, yeah, and took his hat off and showed me. He was a big, muscular guy. Showed me how to do loads of press-ups, certain ways, hands together, wide, round the reverses, so many different sorts of press-ups. And I was doing it for like hours, days at a time. And one day I looked out the window and there was this guy, his name I think was Obadine, or Obadine, something like that, Obadine. And he was an African, yeah. He was definitely African. He told me that Gerald Hart, Mr. Garner, told me that he was African. This guy was 5'6", 5'7", but as wide as what he was tall. There was about 7, 8 prison officers around him, yeah, while obviously he was walking around the exercise yard. They didn't let him get too far go ahead of them. There was a wrapped around him. This guy was massive. This guy, Obadine, what happened in Ladbroke Grove, he had a fight with his girlfriend. He bashed her up really, really bad, and she left the house. He lived on the top floor. She left the house, went to the police station, and the police come around the house to arrest him. They come up the stairs to arrest him, and he threw them all back down the stairs and bashed them all up and smashed them. They really done a bad job of them, yeah. So he decided to get the dogs up there to sort him out, yeah. Anyway, they went up with the dogs, and he bit all their throats out, ripped their legs apart, ripped them to pieces. This guy was a proper animal, yeah. In the end, obviously, so they got him out, yeah. I think they darted him up, done something, jumped him, darted him up, and took him to the scrubs. And this guy, he was wanted in his country for murder of another woman. He didn't murder this one, but he done a good job of it, yeah. But they reckon, how true it is, I don't know, they reckon that he never got to where he had to get to, yeah, because they say they chucked him overboard off the ship or wherever he was going. There they team-handed, they drugged him up and chucked him overboard. The guy was a complete out an animal, massive. Anyway, when I was down the block, I was, because the screws coming into me, give me tobacco, but they gave me in little quarters. Do you remember the quarters? A little cellophane thing goes over the top of the thing. So I had about 3 or 4 of them in my pocket. They come undone me, told me to go in the exercise yard, yeah. I go in the exercise yard, I'm walking around in the scrubs. I had about, 4 cages? 1 big one and 3 little cages. So the little cages might hold 2 people, maybe, or 3 people. Big cage holds about 8 people, but usually in the little cages, especially from the unit, they only put 1 person in there at a time. So I was in there walking around the exercise yard for half an hour to an hour. And next door was a little guy with a little black tash, jet black hair, parted in the middle, just a normal guy. Well, normal, he looked like Hitler. His hair was jet black. And he sort of like, as he was walking round near me, he said, "Excuse me," he said, "You ain't got any tobacco, have you?" I said, "What's up, mate?" He said, "Oh, as it happens, I've got no smoke. I'm dying for a cigarette, yeah?" I said, look, if I give you a little quarter, can you get it back to me one day? He said, of course I will, of course I will. I'll give it to the officers to give you. I said, how are you going to say you got it? He said, well, we passed hands on the landing or whatever. Okay. So I give him the quarter. So I'm walking around, go back to my cell. Scrooge come to my cell. He'll have some more cigarettes, some more chocolates, sandwiches, nice food. I ain't got to eat that food. I've got nice food, yeah? So anyway, the door opens up about, 6:30, 7:15, supper time, yeah? So the Scrooge come in and they're really pissed off with me, really pissed off, yeah? I'm going, what's up? They go, let me tell you something. You'll be going soon, and lucky you are going because you'd lose so much remission, it'd be unbelievable. I said, what's up? He said, a guy down here on the right-hand side, 4 or 5 cells from you, just give us this tobacco to give to you. Yeah, what's the problem? He told us you two partied on the landing and he'd give it to you. Is that right? I said, yeah. He went, well, I don't think it's right, but it's not about that, Ellie. What it's about is we can't give you this until we get it tested. I said, what's the problem? They said, the guy that gave it to us was a guy called Graham Young. I said, who's Graham Young? I didn't know Graham Young was. He's the poisoner. He poisoned about 30 people. I understand Graham Young, he also poisons guys in a prison that he went to. They was making a tea and he poisoned them as well. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It was after this, what happened with me? I can't believe it. I thought, Carl, what? Are you serious? They go, yeah. I said, that's Graham Young, the poisoner. Anyway, they told me all about a big story how he poisoned the people who he worked with in the offices because they were taking liberties. This is how it all started. He just poisoned them and killed them all dead. Well, he killed them all dead. I got that. And he just killed them. I killed them all dead. Am I a bit punchy or what? Anyway. So they come back, a day later, give me 2 buns, 2 currant buns. I love the currant bun. I didn't need no food. I had loads of food, chocolate in there, but it's nice currant buns. I love them, especially the ones in prison are done really, really good. So they give me a currant bun and give me another one. And I said, where's that from? He said, Graham Young. I said, I don't want that, mate. He said, no, don't worry about it. It's not poisoned because we got it off the barrel. He told us to give it to you. We got it off the barrel. Not only did he give us that, but this is your tobacco. We've had it tested. It's all sweet, yeah? But don't giving him anything again, yeah? He said, anyway, you'll be going soon. I went, okay. So I'm in my cell, everything's sweet. I mean, the funniest thing was, it's crazy. The block down there, it had like these metal cages, yeah? They're going down, so you couldn't look. You could look out onto the yard if people were coming to you, yeah? But not far away. Not too far away, but far, Anyway, so that's when I see that Oberdine, he was like about a couple of feet from where I was. Anyway, so I'm looking out the thing. Who do I see? My brother-in-law. I can't believe it. My brother-in-law. I said, Alan. He looks up. He went, hello, Ray. So Scrooge goes, oi, move on. I went, fuck, I don't know about him. I'm down the block, who cares, I don't give a monkey's anybody at the time. So I'm going, leave him alone. You know what I mean? So goes right, shut up, we'll be able to see you. I said, come up then, come up. All right? So Alan's now pooing himself. He's never been in prison in his life before, yeah? He's been done for tax evasion on petrol. He had a big petrol garage, yeah? And he's petrified, he's in trouble. So I said, little, yeah. So they come to my door, the Screws, going into one. I said, whatever, Governor. I said, I'm leaving this soon. Don't worry about it. No big problem. Anyway, for the last couple of 3 nights, yeah, I've been hearing this noise. Tick, 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 tock, tock, tick, tick, tock, tock, all that fucking thing. Right. I'm saying to myself, what are all these fucking noises? It's driving me crazy. I can't sleep. And I really like sleep. Any noise, and I'm awake. That's it. Well, especially down the block, you know what I mean? There's no noise in the block anyway, but there's people above the block in the cells above it. So they're shouting and screaming and this, that and the other upstairs, but I can hear still this noise. Tick, 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 tick. And I'm like, what is it? And it's, what's that noise, man? Who is it? I said to the screw, mate, I said, I'm not being funny, open my door for me to in the morning for breakfast, yeah? I said, I'm not being funny, Governor. I said, but so I can hear this funny noise, yeah, at night time. It's like a ticking noise, yeah? I said, I don't know if it's water, if it rains. I don't know if someone's banging on the wall with a pen, but it's driving me crazy. He said, oh, that's Graham Young. Not Graham Young, sorry. He said, that's, what is it? That's Ian Brady. Sorry, the old head. That's Ian Brady. I said, what? He said, that's Ian Brady. I said, you telling me Ian Brady's upstairs? He went, yes, he is, yeah. I said, what's that noise then? He said, it's him on a typewriter. I said, you're telling me that Ian Brady, that killed all them little kids on the moors, that he's upstairs on a typewriter? They said, yeah, we know it's wrong, Ray. We know it's out of order, but the government told us he's got to have it, and the deputy governor's given us it. We had to give it to him. No one likes it, but he's been given it. I can't believe it. I said, listen, mate, if the mums knew that he was upstairs in prison with a typewriter being looked after, what else he got in that cell, mate? He said, we can't tell you. You know what I mean? But he's got a typewriter. I'm going mad. I'm really going mad. I can't. I said, Governor, let us up there, mate. The more than we dare do. Anyway, so all of a sudden in the morning, right, I come out early. I come out of the cell. I'm on the bell. Come out my cell. As I come out my cell, I hit them stairs. About 10, really fast. Whoop! I've gone upstairs, but they know they're round by his cell. They're unlocking people upstairs. Round by there, they got hold of me, 5, 6, 7 screws, all up the stairs, everything. They got hold of me, they can't buckle me up. I'm too powerful for that. They can't buckle me up, but they're telling me that, anyway, they'll take me down the stairs. Take me to my cell. They don't give me no breakfast. They come to my cell door with my breakfast rather than me going to get my own breakfast. So I give them my breakfast. I didn't want to eat it anyway. I didn't want it porridge and all that sausage and all that. Got all food anyway. And anyway, so slam the door, crash. About 2 hours later, open my door, say, the deputy governor wants to see you. Goes and sees the deputy governor. This is unbelievable. You've got to remember, this is Ian Brady, the kids that killed all them kids. You know what I mean? It's so hard to believe the way they look after this guy. It's mad. I'm in the paper. I'm in the Daily Star or the Sun about it. Big article about it, yeah? When they said to me, the deputy governor, I was going to see the deputy governor. He said to me, Raymond, he said, you're going to Albany this afternoon. They're chucking me out of the SEG unit to go to Albany because of Ian Brady upstairs fighting that I'm going to go to Ian Brady. I could have got to Graham Young, but I didn't. I said to the deputy, what sort of people are you, mate? You know, what sort of people are you people? You know what I mean? The guy in there, Ian Brady, has killed all them kids, and you let it, nothing's happened to it, you just leave it, and you give him a typewriter? It's your job. I understand that, but sometimes you can just turn a blind eye and let someone slip up there. In a way, I'm lucky that they didn't let me go up there, because I'd have killed him. I'd have bit his throat out or something stupid like that, and killed him stone, and just killed him, mate. You know what I mean? It was like, I was just about to say killed him stone dead then, same thing, eh? You know, because someone like that should not be allowed a typewriter. Should not be allowed to do what he wants to do, more or less. And when they shipped me out to Albany, but when I come back to the Scrubs years, I actually see that Ian Brady walking round with about 4 or 5 screws before he got shipped out to where he got shipped out to, yeah? To another nick. I think he was in the scrubs for about 6 years, I'm not quite sure. But I see him walking around with the screws, talking, chatting as if like nothing, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, you think it's a wow, man. How's a guy like that walking around with screws, talking to him as if they were his mates, you know what I mean? And nothing's happened to his geezer. This geezer should have been killed, mate. I mean, come on. Imagine all them mums out there. They'd have loved it and they'd be over the moon to find out that someone's chopped him. It's a terrible, terrible thing, mate. It goes on in prisons, you know what I mean? People like that, people, really, really bad people. You know, like Fred West and his missus and all them sort of people, the nicks they put into. And they, you know, they're just walking about witty-nitty. Nothing ever happens to them. It's worse now, but anyway, it's beside the point. Anyway, it's only a little bit, about him. I've got a big story about what they've done to me, but I'll do that tomorrow. But, you know, I've got loads of stories to tell you, but anyway, but I'm going to tell you about what they've done to me in the Block C units. I think I've already done it years ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I've already done it, but I want to do it again. And anyway, there's a lot of people that don't know about it. And it says, bang, bang, rail, please press the like button and subscribe. Nice one, boy.